Hi YouTube, today I have my very first knife made by this company, Kizlyar from Russia. Yes. Alright, G10 handle scales. This is the Bloke X. That's what it's called. The steel on this is Aus 8, but don't panic. They have, this knife also comes in D2 or 440C. You know, you might say, why would you pick the Aus 8 ever? Well, this knife was sent to me, okay, so I didn't necessarily pick that steel, but basically the reason that someone would pick Aus 8 in this case would be if they're really worried about the corrosion resistance. Alright, you live in a swamp or something like that. If you're not worried about that, you know, I would recommend the D2. It's a liner lock. The blade length on this is 3 3/4 inches, and actually that I measure from the top of the scale to the tip. If you measure from there, it's actually 4 inches if you measure that way. Quite a wide knife, gives you a very wide grind area to work with. Pointy tip. And now this pattern, with regard to knife scales, this is usually called the earthquake pattern. It's like the shock waves, and it can also be called the bullseye pattern for obvious reasons, but it does give a good grip in all directions. All right, that's the logic behind that. See the polished pocket clip there and the lanyard hole. Some jimping there. Thick steel liners. It's all together, good blade. The lockup is extremely solid. I'm pushing quite hard on it. Jimping on the liner makes it easy to disengage. Gets hung up a little there. Yeah, but overall, it's freaking sharp. I mean, hold on, let me try to do a real slow cut. It does have it has high initial sharpness. Quite an attractive heavy-duty knife. It is beveled there for comfort. Dual thumb studs are your openers. Right, there are steps on the thumb studs. And the placement is good. I mean, it gives you, there's adequate room to actually get your thumb in there. I am left-handed, but I'm opening it with my right hand, and I have no problem doing so. Yeah, pretty smooth. As far as the ergonomics, yeah, you got some good finger grooves there. A little bit of jimping on the spine there. It all makes perfect sense for slicing like so. It is a larger knife. For you guys with large hands, it'll definitely you'll have some room, even room to spare. It's a heavy-duty knife, kind of a beater, a work beater. Here's a size comparison for you with my 0 tolerance 200. As you can see, a big knife, a long, wide, thick. More of an overbuilt heavy-duty knife. Kind of reminds you of some of the bigger. Cold steel has a lot of folders about 4 inches. So yeah, that's the type of knife we're talking about, not like super ultralight EDC. ZT200, pretty nice. Yeah, and you see it. Yeah, that's big. I mean, that's the size of a ZT, right? So you can get some work done with that. Yeah, definitely pretty cool knife. Some big steel. You see those 3 indentations there? That is not a mistake. Okay, that is actually the Kizlyar knives. They actually have those on all their knives. And overall, my first impression on this, it's extremely solid. It's basically bank vault, quite sharp. It's just very well made. I mean, you can see the fit and finish. I can detect those are flush. The liners are flush. It's beveled right. Polished clip. It's not loose. It's a nice snappy clip. Not gonna bend. Thick liners. This is my first knife from this company, so I'm just going over all the obvious things. Good ergonomics. deployed right, you know, had a smooth pivot. Okay, so I'm liking this this blade. Nice shape here, so you can even do the Filipino grip there. It's comfortable. Yeah, it's a good knife. The only thing is, yeah, I would recommend this. I would go for the D2 version personally, unless you live in an extremely humid environment. Then go for the stainless. But yeah, I would definitely recommend the D2 version of this, or this one for the corrosion resistance. Alright, hope you enjoyed this. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.